So first I want to thank the organizers, and especially the disciples for allowing me again to speak. I'm not becoming a regular boring figure here, but I'm going to talk about something that you all know very, very well. And it's this guy on my left there, Constantine the Great. You also have him on all the posters and so on. And this bronze head is so famous that I thought I would try to date it. So this is what I'm going to do. So we are here next to the bridge, and you see the Via Militaris that was in Roman times crossing the Disarma River. And when the new bridge was being built 125 years ago, when they excavated on the bank, the northern bank, they found something very interesting. So you can see there in red where they found this bronze head. So it was found deep down, maybe concealed on purpose there, otherwise it probably would have ended up there. Perhaps to rescue it from attacks from marauding tribes. Next please. It was found together, this is from 1900 when it was found. It was found together with some items. We see here some jewelry, but it's not at all certain that it was directly associated with that. Next please. So the original study by Lars in 1901, he lists these finds that were found together then with the bronze head. And there were some coins. And coins, of course, are useful for dating, but these coins, 3 bronze coins of Constantine I, they were dated to 330, 337, to the last years of his reign. And there were also coins by Justinian, which are, of course, much, much later. Clearly there were also other coins found, but they cannot possibly have anything to do with the statue head itself. Coins, of course, are very commonly found near Roman bridges, because when people would cross the bridges, they would sacrifice a coin for the safe passage. So every time the riverbed is excavated in the Roman bridge, lots of coins are found. So these coins probably mean very little. So here is the head. We have a copy here. The original is in Belgrade, and we also have the poster for this symposium again featuring the bronze head. Next please. And it turns out that it's such an attractive head that it figures virtually everywhere. So lots of publications here in various languages, in German, Serbian, Italian, and so on. This head has been used on the cover. And of course, it's used here in Nice for all kinds of souvenirs and paraphernalia and statues and whatnot. So we can't avoid it. It's such a strong symbol. Next please. So this is the head itself, and the facial features, they show unquestionably that this is Constantine the Great. We can compare the coins bearing his name. We know that it is Constantine. And various dates have been forwarded by scholars between 324 and 334. That's not a very long. That's only 10 years, so it's not a long period of time, but actually it's possible to pinpoint much closer in time when this head was, when it dates from. And the reason is that on this head, Constantine carries a very particular diadem, which is what I have been using then to come up with the date. You know that the Roman emperors used to wear a laurel wreath, and so did Constantine from when he was a Caesar up until his 20th anniversary. So when he celebrated his 20th anniversary at Vicenania in Media in 325, July 325, he first used the diadem, and he never used the laurel wreath again after that. So he changed to use the diadem in 325. This diadem started off as a very simple one, and then became more elaborate, and ended up as the rosette diadem that then was used by subsequent emperors for a long, long time. So this is the critical period that we're looking at, the dates between 325 to 328. And what happened was that he celebrated his Vicenania by going to Rome. So he started in Nicomedia and July 25 at the initial celebrations, and then the final celebrations exactly 1 year later he wanted to celebrate in Rome. So he took off in the early 326 and passed a lot of cities on the way, and in each town where there was a mint, he would produce coins and medals where his current figure was shown, because he was present at the place. So on the way out, starting from the then his trip started in Constantinople. You can see that out, next please. Oh, sorry. Change this. Okay, here we go. Wonderful. Sorry. Here we can see how he traveled. So the outward journey up to Rome, we can see that the plain dieting and these numbers up to 7. And then the return journey, which was much slower, he started to develop various kinds of dieting. So we have these, the plain dieting, jeweled cloth dieting, pearl line dieting, hatched plain pearl, and rosette dieting. So I will show these various dietings. All of these were produced for a very short time. They were used only during this trip and on the gold and silver coinage. And then they were all replaced with rosette dieting. So if we can compare the dieting on the statue with the coinage, which can be exactly dated, because we know of the strip, then we can also tell when this head was made. Next, please. So these are the coins. Donatives shown in plain dieting. It's just a plain cloth tied at the back, and quite clearly this is copied from Alexander the Great. Alexander had a plain cloth, purple cloth that he bound around his head, and then of course the Hellenistic rulers had the same, so we recognize this. And this was then used from July 325 until he came to Rome. So all of these places were listed. What the coins have, they look the same in this diagram. In Rome, in 326, at the final celebrations, he started to experiment, and he added jewels to his diadem. So this is a cloth diadem with sewn on jewels, and they were used very short time in Rome and in Sicily, and just for gold and silver donatives. Also in Rome, he used another type of diadem, or at least the coins do, where the cloth is lined with pearls all around, all along the edges of the diadem. And possibly a variation of this is the triple pearl diadem, where we have a line of pearls centrally, also just along the edges. And then we have the hatched diadem, which was introduced in October 326 when he passed Milan, the nearby mint of Ticino. Next one, there. Sorry, Ticino, where we have the hatched diadem. We see the oblique lines that cross the cloth diadem. Next one. And then we come to the plate pearl diadem, where the diadem becomes rigid, and we have sections made of metal with jewels on them that are either hinged or just bordering to each other on the cloth diadem. So the whole thing is flexible, alternating pearls, pairs of pearls, and rectangular plates. And this is getting quite close now to the final rosette diadem. And this type of diadem was used not only for gold, next please, but also for bronze coins. There are some variations, obviously, how close they're put, how clear the plates are. Next please. And also in silver you have this type of diadem. And now if we go to the final version, the rosette diadem, we see that there's a frontal large medallion that sets this apart, and this was then the last stage of development of the diadem. So returning now to the statue head, if we compare the diadem on Constantine's statue with the coins below, then we see that this is the type of diadem that he was wearing, and then we can use the date of the coins to pinpoint exactly when this head must have been made. Next, please. And this is where we end up. On the return trip, the militaries came through this. We know that on this return trip, Constantine passed this, although it's not in the codex or any other written sources, but we know that he passed it because that was the only way to come from Sicily to Thessalonica. So he came here, and at the time, this was the type of diadem he was using. So my proposal is that when he came here, either a little bit in advance or when he came here, he or the city of this commissioned a statue of the emperor that was made, probably the head is made separately, so probably the head was made first, and then it's thought that this was an equestrian statue, and the rest of the statue was it probably took much longer to make. So the inauguration of the statue could well have been later, but the head itself, it unquestionably dates from very early through 27. So what did it look like? Next, please. Well, we know that the plain diadem that Alexander had was purple, and purple was the color of emperors. And in this contorniat of Constance, cited later, the diadem is inlaid, so that the diadem itself is copper, and we have silver inlays. Clearly the person who made this, produced this, wanted to imitate the purple color of the cloth underneath the jewels. The jewels are sewn onto the cloth. So we can be quite sure that this is what it looked like. And there are actually, next please, some diadems preserved from the 4th century that are not Constantine's, of course, but of the same general idea. So this is one in the United States, and it's 31 centimeters long. And if we had pearls, as I have done here, as I've done here between the rectangular plates with jewels on, we would get to the diadem that is very, very close to what we see on the coins of Constantine. Next one. And this is another one. This is from Cyprus, of around 350 AD, and it has been reconstructed as a necklace, but also as a diadem, which is more probable. So we have actual diadems from this time. But the interesting thing, of course, I think, is that using a diadem on the head, we can say that it was at least commissioned, if not produced, in early 327. Thank you.